Do you want to paint a bumper and walk away with quality results? Of course you do. Welcome to DevilBiss. What's up guys and welcome. So today we're painting this bumper off of a beautiful JDM Fairlady Z Mad Scene points if you got this bumper. So the client, he wanted this little section in here, he wanted that to be black. That looks period correct. That's how it would have looked if it would have came out of the factory. I think this is a 99 Fairlady Z bumper, only from Japan. I'm not too sure, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but that's what it is. So I'm taping off this section, I'm gonna do black base coat in there, then I'm gonna do the silver base coat over the whole car. You'll see, here we go, let's get right into it. So once I have the area masked off that I'm going to be painting black, the first thing that I do is I spray it with this Adhesion Promotor. That'll make sure the paint bonds to the plastic and we're not going to have any issues. Okay, so here's how the bumper looks with the black base coat done. I did a little wider so that way now when I tape it off, see, as you can tell I taped it off on this side, you could still see a little black, but that's just to make sure that there's no chance of any of this beige coming through. It's gonna be a crisp line from black to silver. So just like before when I did the black base coat, I went ahead and I did the Adhesion Promoter over the entire bumper. I get real good results with that stuff. It's called Bulldog Adhesion Promoter. So when you're done spraying the Adhesion Promoter, now it's time to mix up the base coat. As you can see here, the base coat that I use uses a 2-to-1 mixed ratio. You're gonna have to check with whatever one you're using to see the actual ratios. But the way that you do it is you go over and you find 2-to-1, and then I'm filling it up to the same number under each one. So 2 parts, I go up to number 4. 1 part, I go up to number 4 as well. That way it stays consistent. And this is not a huge deal if you go over on the first one. Just make sure you go over a little bit on the second one and you'll be just fine. Now let's spray that base coat, homeboy. So the base coat, I just kind of dusted it on nicely. I went ahead and I did 3 coats. I only showed you guys 2 because coat 2 and coat 3 really look the same. So the first 2 coats, I really focus on getting in all the cracks and all the areas of the bumper, and then the third coat, I just do 1 smooth coat over the whole thing just to make it nice and consistent. Alright guys, so here's what we're looking at now that I'm done with all of the base. I did the black base first and then I did the tape over it. You gotta be real careful and make sure that black base is set and nice and cured before you put the tape over it. The way that I did, I put a little halogen light on it just to make sure that it's nice and warm, and that way I had no issues. Now if you guys want more information on the type of gun I'm using, the settings that I use, all that stuff to get the results I get, I'll put all that in the description below. I don't mean to clog up the video with all that information, and be better written out for you guys anyways if you need it. Now that I'm going to do the clear coat, I'm really going to smash it on nice and thick as possible to look like a mirror as it's laying out. Alright guys, so I just laid down the third coat of clear. As you can see, it turned out great. To be honest, this is the first time that I had ever done 2 different base colors with a clear on top, but that's what I love about what I do. I can experiment on other people's stuff, and it's my problem if it gets messed up, but if it works out good, I learned something. So if I learned something, hopefully you guys learned something. One thing that I like to do that may help you out when you're painting your bumper is I like to set up the bumper the way that it sits on the car. That way I know I'm not going to miss anywhere that would be visible, and that just really works best for me. Alright, so that was the process of painting a bumper and walking away with quality results. If you had any questions about the process or any products that I'm using, I'm putting a bunch of stuff in the description. Go ahead and check that out, and if you still had any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'll get back to those as soon as possible. So, what can we expect coming up on DevilBiss? Well, I'm going to be starting work on the 1965 Mustang Coupe. I'm going to be sanding the whole car down. I'm going to start on bodywork, and I'll give you some tips and tricks along the way, as I always do, as I always will. So thanks so much for watching. Like this video. If you didn't know what I'm talking about as far as the Mustang, I'll put that up at the very end, so go ahead and click that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed by now. Thanks so much for watching. You know what it is, YouTube. I'm out!